welcome to the first official episode of my new podcast, As We Should. For this first episode, I thought you guys could get to know me a bit more, so I did ask a couple of people to ask me some questions, and they're actually very interesting. You think you know about yourself, but when I saw these questions, it really got me thinking. First question is, why did you start this podcast? I started this podcast mainly for something to do. People get a job in the summer, they're responsible. I decided to start a podcast to fill my time. UK weather has been so bad recently. Honestly, just been inside doing nothing. When I say doing nothing, I mean literally just sitting inside in my bed watching Love Island, and I thought I should actually do something with my time, like be productive. And the idea just kind of came to me. I was having a conversation with a friend and she was like, oh wow, Shakira, you literally give the best advice and you're like very well spoken. And I was like, thank you. And then randomly I decided, oh wait, maybe I should start a podcast. So here I am. Whenever people ask me like, what do I want to do, how do I want to be, I always say I definitely want to do like create impact, make an impact, inspire people in whatever way that I can. And I feel like through this podcast we can really start, you know, introducing new topics and talking about things that we should talk about but don't, and you know, hopefully we do that here, and I think we will, and really start opening up and having honest conversations that affect everyone in our day-to-day lives. So yeah, that's why I started this podcast. What do you want to do when you're older? Okay, what do I want to do? I feel like this is definitely a very popular question. A lot of people, when I asked, because I'm not famous yet, asked me what I wanted to do, and naturally, yeah, that's going to be a popular question, but I mostly just want to be happy, because you can literally have the perfect job, be a millionaire, and you'll literally be the most unhappiest person ever, and I don't want that for myself. I just want to be happy and content, and the people around me happy and content. But me being human, I want to be rich. I want to be rich and have a job that I enjoy. Like I said before, I do want a job, you know, that will help create change and a positive impact towards people. Currently though, I am studying law at uni, and that's crazy because you would have never thought, I never thought that I'd be doing law at uni, because I don't necessarily have a strong legal background, in the sense that, you know, primary school, secondary school and college, I was mostly in the arts. In relation to, I only really did like performing arts and like photography, so that switched to law. So yeah, right now, obviously, like, you'd expect me to do law. I don't necessarily know what I want to do post uni, but I just know that I want to do something that will create change and that will be a positive impact, whether that be in the arts or in the legal field. But yeah, I'm just honestly excited to see where I go with that. I don't know if I answered the question. I actually didn't answer the question. I just said I wanted to be happy, and that's true. The next question is, what is my love language, and do you feel like this is reciprocated? Okay, this is actually a very good question. I would say in general my love language is definitely physical touch. I love giving hugs. Because I feel like a hug can say things that words can't. Like if you're sad, you just get this passionate hug, or happy, you get a hug. However, the thing is though, it's really weird because I like receiving hugs, I just don't really like giving people hugs, if that makes sense. And I don't know why, it's just a thing that's always been. And I guess, I don't know, in a way I feel like I have different love languages for different people. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's my thing. So, but in general, I definitely feel like physical touch is my love language. Yeah. This third question is introvert or extrovert. I don't know if this is a thing, but I would definitely consider myself an introverted extrovert. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's me. I say that in the way like, you will never see me approach someone like a completely total stranger. However, within my own friend group, I'm very social. The only way you would actually see me like approach someone is if someone else is there that I know that's extroverted, very social. But yeah, it's really funny though, because I know that different people describe me as different things. Like, some people describe me as very introverted, like I don't talk to anyone, but then the other people would describe me as very extroverted, like I'm the most social person ever. And I think I'm definitely both, but you know, society's like, you have to be one. So I claim a new term. I'm introverted extrovert. Fourth question is, do you ever feel insecure? Yes, I do. I think, honestly, not to be mean, but this is actually a ridiculous question, because I feel like, especially now, this generation, there's so much comparison, especially we're in the age of social media. You look online and you see people exactly your age and younger, where you want to be. Like, for example, Millie Bobby Brown, she's the first person that comes to mind. She is my age and she's a millionaire and she is married, and I'm like, wow, I'm happy for you, but that should be me. You know, I am nowhere near being a millionaire. I am nowhere near being married, but like, obviously there's a certain level of respect that you have for this person. At the same time, you obviously constantly compare yourself and it makes you insecure, like you should be further than where you are. But you need to remember, or I have to remind myself, is that I'm young and people are at different paces in life, and you're exactly where you are meant to be. And everything happens for a reason. I'm insecure in that way. Obviously I have other insecurities, but that's like the main thing, which I think I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and we're basically just talking about Stranger Things, which Millie Bobby Brown is in, and it just came up randomly, and I was like, wow, like, I didn't know you felt this way, because I feel the exact same way. And so yeah, like, it's not commonly talked about, which I think it should. And that's what we're going to be doing on this podcast, as we should. See what I did there? Yeah, that was smart. But yeah, like, that, in that retrospect, in that respect, I am insecure in that way. The other question, I don't even know what number we're on, I can't lie, I'm sorry. The next question is, you say you're very sociable. This kind of relates to the introverted extrovert question. Like I said before, I'm an introverted extrovert, but yeah, like I said before, I'm an introverted extrovert, so I think that kind of relates to that. The next question is, do you have a faith, and how do you share this with people if you do? Okay, so I am a Christian, most specifically Seventh-day Adventist Christian. It's funny because every time someone asks me that, it's like, what is that? And I'm always like, oh yeah, basically I go to church on a Saturday, and they always come up with the theory that I'm Jewish, and I have to laugh. I get that, but it's so funny when they like say that. I'm like, babe, I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish. However, we do, you know, respect the Sabbath and follow the teachings of Ellen G. White, which I'll talk about in other episodes, later episodes of the podcast. But yeah, do I share this with people? I definitely do share this with people. As of recently, God has definitely been a source of comfort for me, and you know, he's always there, he's always by your side. And I saw a quote literally last night, it's like, God is never far from you, you are always far from God. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely been the case a lot of times. Like, God never leaves you, you leave God, and it's kind of your duty to go back to him. And I definitely, on Instagram, I'm constantly posting quotes, and I'm literally having conversations with people in comment sections, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. And I actually thank God for the digital age, because it's such a unique way of kind of sharing, you know, your principles, your teachings, your faith and advice and whatever, really. And I'm so grateful for that. I got baptized when I was 11. However, I didn't actually find God until I was like 14, 15, and that's crazy. it's crazy thinking about it now. Like, I'm not saying that I didn't necessarily believe God, but I did believe that he existed. It's just I never actually found him for myself until I was like 14, 15. And I think that's what people, you know, get confused about. They call themselves a Christian, but they're not actually following the teachings. And there's a difference. And I discovered that I'm grateful that I discovered it, but I discovered that later than I should have. But like I said, everyone is at different paces of life. Everything happens for a reason, and I discovered it when I did at that point for a reason, so I'm grateful. But yeah, that's that. The last question: what do we expect to see on your podcast? Guys, you are going to see some very good stuff, I promise you. I've got a couple of things planned. I've got different people coming on this podcast who I think will honestly make a really good impact. I'm honestly very excited to see where this goes. I do plan on having little challenges and I like debates and just really having conversations that we really should be having. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the first episode of As We Should. Make sure to follow and share and subscribe, and thank you for being here today and taking the time to watch the first episode. And I hope you guys have a good week, and I'm sending you guys so much love. I will see you soon.